What is up, guys? You're listening to the MFCEO Project. I'm Andy. I'm your host, and I am the motherfucking CEO. Guys, normally on Tuesdays, we have a much longer podcast that's going to be, typically an hour to sometimes even 2 hours long. And those are very helpful, and I get that, and I know you guys enjoy those. But I started thinking over the weekend, what would be the thing that would provide the most value to you in the shortest amount of time. And I started trying to think about, some key phrases, some key ideas and concepts that I've used to, work through the process of building something or becoming better, becoming more successful in any area. One of the things that I wanted to talk about was something that my friend Mark Bell and I talked about a little bit on our podcast that we did a couple weeks ago, but more so on the phone. Him and I had hopped on the phone over the weekend, and we were talking about different types of training, and we were just kind of going back and forth and having some good conversations. Spoke for about an hour or so. And one of the things that we talked about was the idea of holding yourself accountable, okay? A lot of people nowadays and entrepreneurs, you follow all these entrepreneur guys and you hear them say self-awareness, and you go self-awareness, 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 and they say that over and over again. But how the fuck do you become self-aware, right? How do you develop that skill? Is it something you're born with? Is it something that you create? Is it something you can practice? And him and I were talking. And, one thing that him and I have both done over the course of our lives without really realizing it until we kind of extrapolated it out by just talking to each other is something that's really simple. And it's really simple for me to teach you how to do this too, okay? We all have our goals. We all have big desires. We all have the things we want to accomplish. But we also are realistic enough to understand that these things take time. There's a process to them. There's a level of patience to them. And there's a level of accountability on a micro level, on a day-by-day, hour-by-hour level that most people just don't fucking have, which is why most people never achieve their goals. So guys, what I want to teach you is a little phrase that I've used and a little phrase that Mark has used to be very successful in all areas of life. And it's something that you say to yourself, okay? And this is about, guys, holding yourself accountable. It's about taking a step back and evaluating what you're doing on an action-by-action basis, not even a time basis like a day, an hour. I'm talking about every little action. All right? And that's to do this. And this is something that I want you to bury into your fucking brain for the rest of your life. And if you can do that, you're going to find that your success comes a lot more quickly and a lot more easily for you. And that's to do this. When you're about to do something, when you're about to take an action, you need to ask yourself, how is this going to help me? How is this going to hurt me? Okay, how is this action I'm about to take going to help me achieve whatever goal it is I'm trying to accomplish? Okay, if that's in business, how is watching The Walking Dead for 7 hours a night that I just clicked it on Netflix, how is this going to help me get closer to my goal? How is this going to hurt me get closer to my goal? Okay, it's not going to help me, A. B, it's going to hurt me because this is time I could be spending on personal development, reading, watching YouTube videos, learning new skills to be successful, or working on my business, okay? And if you learn, and let's say you're on a diet, how is this extra handful of raisins going to help me? Is it going to help me? Is it going to make me more healthy? Is it going to help me lose weight? Is it going to help me be in a better spot than I am today, tomorrow? Or is it going to put me out of, my caloric intake range? Is it going to, be too much sugar for what I'm trying to do? How is it going to keep me from getting where I want to go? All right. And all these little things, guys, that people do basically mindlessly are what ultimately costs them their big dreams. Okay. Because your big dreams aren't built in one day. You don't just wake up one day and have a huge fucking bank account and wake up one day and you're ripped and jacked and tan and juicy as fuck. It doesn't happen. Okay, it's little processes along the way. And to control those little processes, one of the ways that you could become self-aware is to step back and coach yourself by asking yourself, how is this going to help me and how is this going to hurt me before every little action? All right? If you're on a diet program and all your friends are going out to fucking eat, you go out to eat and you're about to order at the menu. How does this decision help me? How does it hurt me? And do that on a micro level. Do it on a level that is consistent on an action by action basis. And if you can put that into your brain and actually question yourself before you make these decisions, guys, it's going to be a lot easier and a lot more effective for you to follow through on what the actions need to be for you to hit your goals. Okay, so that's the first thing. How can this help me? How can this hurt me? The second thing that I want to give you guys is a phrase that is very, very helpful to removing doubt in your goals, okay? And this is something that's very important. All of us set these big goals. All of us set these huge goals that we want to achieve. All of us are trying to do these big things, but we tell ourselves shit like this. Man, one day I'm going to be a millionaire, or one day I'm going to make $500,000, or one day I'm going to make $10 million. And we set these big goals. One day I'm going to own a Lamborghini. One day I'm going to be financially free, whatever the fuck that means for you, okay? And we set these big, giant goals. But then what we do is in our brain, we tell ourselves this, all right? We say, man, I wonder if I'm going to actually ever hit that, be a millionaire. Or I wonder if I'm actually ever going to be that guy who drives a Lamborghini. Or I wonder if I'm actually ever going to be that guy that's financially free and not having to worry about his bills. Or I wonder if I'm ever going to be a guy who owns, a $20 million company, or whatever your goal is. Or I wonder if I'm actually going to hit my 50-pound weight loss goal. And we start questioning ourselves, guys. And there's a problem with that, because when we start questioning ourselves, we're instilling doubt in our brains, and especially in our subconscious, that is keeping us from going full force towards the goal. All right? Is it easier to go towards a goal that you know 100% you're going to achieve and pour all your energy into it? Or is it easier for you to pull back and not put all your energy into it and all your resources and all your time and all your knowledge because you think it might not happen because there's a slight doubt in your brain? Okay, do you understand what I'm saying? Because big goals, guys, they take big energy. It takes all your effort. It takes all your thought, all your focus, all your time. And for you to go all in, you've got to be able to remove the doubt. And so, guys, I want to teach you something that I learned along the road that really helped me remove the doubt from my goals. And you guys have heard me, if you've listened to the podcast in the past, you know that I 1,000% know that we're going to build a multi-billion-dollar brand out of First Form. I 1,000% know that I'm going to be a billionaire one day. It's not a question. I don't doubt it. And I'm going to teach you how to not doubt your goals either, okay? This is how I do this. In a company with what I do on my daily critical task, which if you haven't listened to Win the Day, episode 107 of this podcast, you need to go listen to that and start practicing what we talk about there. But in addition to the critical tasks I perform a day, I also perform a critical mental task whenever I think about the big goals that I have. And that is, what I do is I don't doubt myself by saying, man, I wonder if I'm actually going to be able to build $1 billion company, or I wonder if I'm actually going to ever make $1 billion, or I wonder if I'm ever actually going to, get down to 245 pounds, which is my goal. That's not what I say to myself. My internal dialogue is not that way. My internal dialogue goes like this. I am in the process of becoming a billionaire. I am in the process of building a multi-billion-dollar company. I am in the process of getting my shit together and looking like the fucking Rock. I'm already doing what it takes on a daily basis. So think about your goals right now as I'm saying this, whatever your big goals are, and instead of saying, I wonder if I'm going to achieve them, say, I'm in the process of achieving them, and see how much better that feels to you. Okay? It's going to remove the doubt. It's going to put yourself in a position where you're able to push all your resources onto the fucking table, which is what it's going to take for you to achieve these big goals. So it's not just a mental, mind game that I'm trying to, tell you guys to trick on yourself. I'm trying to teach you guys how to let yourself go all in without hesitation. All right. I'm teaching you how to really, truly believe in yourself. And guys, it's extremely important, because if you don't have true, confident belief in your goals, and I mean from your heart, and I'm not even going to get into the metaphysical and quantum physical law of attraction, aspects of this conversation. I'm going to talk about the actual actionable aspects to what I'm talking about. If you don't believe in your heart, you're always going to hold some chips off the table. You're always going to hold back your true potential. You're always going to hold back what you could truly give. And guys, when you hold back what you could truly give, you're not going to get what you could truly get. And that's the problem. So stop wondering if, and start telling yourself you're in the process of, and then use the daily critical task to make sure that you actually are in the process of, So guys, those are two phrases that I think can really help you guys free up some of your positive energy and focus and get yourself on the right track. All right. Don't sit there and doubt yourself and think about all the things that you're doing. Ask yourself simple questions. Tell yourself simple statements. How is this action right now, whatever it is you're doing, is your action helping you towards your goal, or is it hurting you? Okay, when you're about to put a big old pile of fucking French fries in your mouth, is it helping you or is it hurting you? When you're about to pick up the phone and make that call that you don't really want to make, is it helping you or is it hurting you? When you're about to go do cardio and you really don't feel like doing it, is that going to help you or is that going to hurt you? When you're about to read that extra chapter in the book tonight instead of watch The Walking Dead, is that helping you or is that hurting you? And if you can learn to ask yourself on an action by action basis, you develop awareness of what you're doing. And when you develop awareness of what you're doing, you get into the process of executing on the right actions. And guys, the second part is you stop doubting yourself. If you're following through on the first part and then you're following through on what we talk about in episode 107, you can follow through. You could tell yourself that you are in the process of, because you are in the process of. You are executing on the daily critical tasks. You are doing the things that it takes more often than not that are going to help you versus hurt you towards your goal. And if you're doing those things, that's what matters. That's what's going to get you where you want to go. That means you are actually in the process of becoming whatever it is you want to become. Just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it's not going to happen. And you guys have to let yourself off the hook with the doubt so that you could truly believe and so that you could truly go in on all your resources in order to achieve your goals. So guys, that's my 2 points I wanted to share with you. I know it's a shorter podcast. It's not generally a motivation Thursday Thunder type podcast. It's a very practical couple things here. And guys, I want you guys to understand that, being successful, although it seems really fucking hard, it's really not complicated, man. It might take some effort. It might take consistency. It might take time, but the formula is very simple. All right. And guys, if you find value in this podcast, I'd really appreciate if you would tell a friend, tag me in, if you make a post for us, tag me in it so I can see it. Guys, I appreciate all the support. You guys are doing an amazing job helping grow the podcast. We don't advertise. We don't go out there and push it. We just rely on you guys to help grow it organically. And I just want to say thank you for all the times that you guys have referred a like-minded friend or referred somebody who might be interested in this sort of content. That means the world to us. That's how we get our podcast ranked. So if you guys could, maybe do that for us, if you appreciated the content today, give us a little shout, refer us a friend. That's all we ask. We're not asking to buy anything. We're not asking you, to come to pay $100 to come see us or whatever the fuck other people do. So thanks guys. We will have Thursday Thunder on Thursday and we'll see you then.